Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and we're about to take a look at the new supercharged Magmadroths for the Fyreslayer warband for Age of Sigmar. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Age of Sigmar, necromunda, and warcry content as well. So we know we have a upcoming Fyreslayer Codex in the works here, and we're getting a little preview of some of the rules. We saw something similar already for the Idoneth Deepkin. And now let's take a look at what the Fyreslayers have in store. Roast and devour your foes with a whole army of supercharged Magmadroths. The stalwart Fyreslayers have only just faced off against the force of Idoneth Deepkin, led by the ruthless Achillean Thrallmaster in Fury of the Deep. But what's next for this sizzling stunties? If our roadmap is any indication, it's a shiny new battle tome. Battle Tome Fyreslayers will give the Duradin commanders all over the mortal realms new ways to get their sooty mitts on heaps of gold, with a raft of red-hot rules updates, including a big boost for everyone's favorite fire-tongued lizard, the Magmadroths. So here we see, obviously, one of the Magmadroths. Such a cool model. Definitely awesome. It's like a fire dragon without wings. Born from the ash-black eggs of Volcatrix, mother of salamanders, Magmadroths are hulking beasts filled with flame and fury, raised primarily for battle by the Fyreslayer lodges across the mortal realms. These blazing beasts have been learned some new tricks. They can now build power for their roaring firestream attack, brewing up a raging inferno in their throats. Once unleashed, the ensuing gout of flames is hot enough to burn through even the toughest defensives. It's an ideal tool for clearing away heavily armored hordes, especially now it can hit up to 10 enemies. So we see the initial stats for this: roaring firestream, range 9 inches, attacks see below, to hit star, to wound +3, rend -1, damage 1. So wounds suffered for the damage table, if it's 0 to 6, it hits on 2 pluses. Wounds suffered 7 to 10, 3 plus. Wounds suffered 11 to 13, 4 plus. And 14 plus wounds suffered, it's 5 plus to hit. Throwing back its head, a Magmadroth can spew a wave of flaming bile that melts swathes of enemies as though they were wax. The attack's characteristic of a roaring firestream is equal to the number of models in the target unit to a maximum of 10. In addition, at the end of the shooting phase, if this unit did not make an attack with its roaring firestream in that phase, you can say that an inferno is raging inside this unit. If an inferno is raging inside this unit, improve the rend characteristic of its roaring firestream by 2. After the next attack is made with the unit's roaring firestream has been resolved, an inferno is no longer raging inside this unit. So if you don't get to use it on one turn, or opt not to use it on one turn, the following time that you use it, you will have an additional 2 to the rend. While all Fyreslayer honor Volcatrix as a worthy foe, the Loftner Lodge takes the veneration even further. In a display of simmering irony, these Duradin worship Grimnir alongside this ancient adversary. Believing that came the Doomgron, their reborn god will ride the salamander into battle. As such, the Loftner treat their Magmadroths less as mounts and more as trusted battle companions. They forge strong bonds that render these beasts even hardier than their cousins, and make more likely to display quirky personalities or devastating mount traits. Cool little piece of art right here. So we see a Loftner. None can best the Loftner in the finding of Magmadroth eggs or the raising of their hatchlings, and they boast some of the largest and most ferocious specimens of their fiery beasts in all of the realms. The proud and ancient bloodlines of the creatures are as venerated as that of the Lodge's royal family. Venerators of Volcatrix, the warriors of the Loftner hold great esteem for Volcatrix and her offspring. Add 2 to the wounds characteristic of friendly Loftner Magmadroth units. In addition, up to 3 Loftner Magmadroth units in your army can be given a different mount trait instead of only 1. So you add 2 to the wounds of friendly Magmadroth units, and up to 3 Magmadroth units in your army can be given a mount trait instead of the 1 that you would normally be able to. So buffing all of them in your army and then allowing 3 of them to gain a mount trait instead of the normal 1. So pretty good, obviously making them very powerful. This lizard-loving lodge also rears more Magmadroths than any other, meaning Loftner armies can take orruk ruined sons on Magmadroths as battle line units. So that allows you obviously to take quite a few more than you typically would be able to, being able to essentially have a mounted army of Magmadroth riding ruined sons. Pretty cool. And then obviously you can still have like ruined fathers and whatnot as well, but they would not count under the battle line. So that's right, you can now run a whole army of flame-spitting obsidian-scaled lizards ridden by pugnacious Duerden princes with fiery mohawks. It's the perfect way to get revenge on the supersized sea beasts of Idoneth Deepkin, and fitting army formation for the era of the beast, in which might makes right. And so we know obviously that the giant turtles were given a similar rule for the Idoneth Deepkin, so this is essentially the fire lizard version of that rule. If that's got you temperatious, if that's got your temperatures rising, be sure to sign up for the Warhammer Community newsletter. So yep, that is it for today. Taking a look at the Fyreslayers and their new rules. So obviously all Fyreslayers gaining a cool new ability, the Roaring Firestream, or upgrading it. And then we also have a specialty battle line for your specialized army if you decide that you want to take a bunch of them to fight off your opponent's Leviathans. So that is it for today with our Warhammer Age of Sigmar content for the Fyreslayers and the Magmadroths. If you like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and warcry content as well. We are a commission-based studio and show off our commissions as they go out of the studio. And then, of course, do everything from reactions, reviews, and news to unboxings of various units as well. And then, of course, we do a bunch of tutorials on how to paint, how to magnetize, convert, and basically anything to do. We show off exactly how we do it. Just looking to grow the community and share some of our skills with them as well. So make sure to like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.